You ready? Alright, come on, let's go to the Yarrangobilly Caves.
So for the day we went as a family, so it was Chris, my husband, and our two girls, Phoebe and Amelia. We've been to Yarrangobilly several times before. It's a really nice place. It's not too far away from where we live, and it's a great day out to go for a swim or go for a walk. So heading down into Yarrangobilly, we stopped at the visitor centre where we can get some information from the rangers there. They've also got some accommodation that you can book online to stay for the night or for several nights over a period of time. So once we arrived down at Yarrangobilly, we headed straight to the thermal pools. We parked in the car park on the top and had a short stroll down to the thermal pools. The thermal pools at Yarrangobilly are a natural thermal pool. It's actually lovely and warm at this time of the year to go and visit. It's like when we arrived, it was like stepping into bath water, and the girls were straight in there and having a full-on swim. So even in winter, it's actually probably warmer in winter than it is in the summer. The temperature outside compared to the temperature of the pools makes it feel a lot warmer in the winter than in the summer.
I went straight up my nose.
So from the thermal pools, instead of taking the big slug back up the hill, we decided to take the river walk, which walks along the side of the Yarrangobilly River. So the river walk's really underrated at the moment. A lot of people don't know it exists or miss that part of the Yarrangobilly area, but it's a lovely walk right along the river, and it's a bit more of a gentle climb back up to the car park and the cave area. So the first cave we saw, we went to the glory hole and to the self-guided cave. We didn't actually go through the self-guided cave today, we've been there before, but it's actually quite nice just to go and have a visit of the glory hole and see the view up above your head. So once we'd finished at the glory hole, we went back to the Visitors Information Centre and hooked up with Tom, our guide for the day. He took us up to the Jersey Cave, and I actually haven't been in there personally before, so it was a bit of a treat for me.
You ready? You're not going to need your sunglasses.
You going? You going with Dad?
This is called the Chaos Chamber. Pretty cool name, I think, for the reason because it's due to all these rocks right here. 1861, the entrance chamber and Chaos Chamber were discovered. I'm just going to point out this area up here, where you can see a huge amount of water used to come through here. About lots and lots of so this is the only other chamber in the cave that has a name after it. It's to do with this formation here. What do you think that looks like?
Is it like
organ pipes, exactly right. So this is subsequently called the organ chamber. which is pretty cool, I think. 1890, again, this cave was discovered. It wasn't until 1990 when a couple of speleologists actually came to the cave and stuck 2 big rooms together and put a camera at the top and actually took a photo right of that join there and actually confirmed that we had become a column.
Yeah.
Which is one of the only times in human history we've actually been around in an area to see a column, especially of this size form.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of history in there. Like the information that Tom told us on the day, it just blows your mind how long some of the structures have been inside those caves. So if you've never been to the caves before at Yarrangobilly, it really doesn't do it justice from the photos, especially in the guided caves. The stalactites and stalagmites are actually spectacular.
Wow.
And yeah, photos and videos actually don't do any justice to that at all.
Limestone, so all of this is limestone. You can actually still see the old hammer and chisel marks there, and some areas would have taken samples out. But you can also see a layer of clay here.
Yeah.
That's how we know that there used to be water flowing through here, kind of like a river.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. Yeah. When there was possibly a bushfire or a deposit of manganese, the middle part
Oh wow.
to the outside part. You can see it's a little bit cloudier, a little bit dirtier.
So my favourite part of the cave was what Tom called the flower garden, I think, and it was like a bit like a little mini pool with lots of crystal formations in it that looked like flowers. Yeah, it was really beautiful inside there.
Dragon egg.
Like the way it stops the light on one side and the other.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Ready, Phoebe? Cool.
So yeah, it's a beautiful family day up to Yarrangobilly Caves. I'd recommend it to anybody, whether you live locally or you're visiting the area for the first time. There's always lots to do and see, and there's something new every time you go up. It's never the same.